I saw what was in my student's backpack, and it almost gave me a heart attack. I teach 8th grade, and there's this one kid who's always been weird but brilliant. Let's call him Marcus. He'd been acting stranger than usual lately, muttering about showing everyone and asking bizarre questions about school security cameras. Today, he came in with this massive hiking backpack, way bigger than his usual one, and kept it zipped tight beside him all morning. Marcus had always been that kid, you know the type. Brilliant mind, trapped in awkward social interactions, thick glasses perpetually sliding down his nose, clothes that never quite fit right. But lately, something had shifted, where he used to raise his hand eagerly to answer every question. Now he sat hunched over his desk, scribbling in margins and shooting furtive glances around the room. Last week, he'd cornered me after class asking oddly specific questions. Mrs. Rodriguez, do those cameras in the corners actually record everything? And how many people can fit in the gymnasium during assemblies? I'd brushed off these questions as typical teenage curiosity, but now, watching him guard that enormous backpack like a precious secret, every alarm bell in my head was ringing. During independent reading time, I was walking around checking on students when I saw him carefully unzip a corner and peek inside. What I glimpsed made my blood freeze. It looked like a homemade explosive device with wires and a digital timer. My heart started pounding so hard I thought everyone could hear it. The metallic glint of hypes, the tangle of colorful wires, the ominous red digital display. It was like something out of a nightmare. I tried to stay calm, but sweat was literally dripping off my face despite the October chill. My hands trembled as I pretended to help Sarah with her vocabulary worksheet, all while keeping Marcus in my peripheral vision. I couldn't just yell bomb and cause mass panic with 28 kids in the room. These were my students, kids I'd watched grow up, whose parents I knew by name, whose dreams and fears I carried in my heart. I quietly moved to my desk and tried texting the principal, but she was in meetings. My fingers fumbled across the phone screen as I tried calling the office, but they put me on hold. The automated voice chirped cheerfully while I watched the clock tick toward lunch period. 5 agonizing minutes passed while I watched Marcus keep checking his backpack and glancing at the clock. His leg bounced nervously under his desk, and his breathing had become shallow and rapid. Whatever he was planning, it was happening soon. The gymnasium assembly was scheduled for 12:30 p.m., our monthly safety presentation, with bitter irony. All 800 students packed together like sardines. My mind raced through options. I could pull the fire alarm, but that might trigger him to act immediately. I could try to confiscate the bag, but what if it went off? I thought about my own daughter, just 2 grades below in the same building. Finally, I announced a special fire drill to the class, forcing my voice to sound casual and authoritative. All right, everyone, we're going to practice our evacuation procedures. Please leave everything at your desks and line up quickly and quietly. Marcus hesitated, clutching his bag possessively, his knuckles white against the dark fabric. Can I bring my backpack? I have my inhaler. School policy, everything stays behind during drills, I replied firmly, though my voice nearly cracked. The moment we reached the hallway, I grabbed Officer Martinez, our school security guard, and whispered what I'd seen. The color drained from his weathered face as I described the device. They immediately called the bomb squad and cleared the entire building. The next few hours blurred together, flashing lights, serious-faced officials, parents arriving in panic. Marcus sat alone on the bleachers, staring at his hands while investigators worked. Turns out Marcus had built a pipe bomb and was planning to detonate it during the lunch assembly when all 800 students would be packed in the gymnasium. The timer was set for 12:30 p.m., exactly when our monthly safety presentation was scheduled to begin. But today, those 800 kids went home to their families instead of becoming a tragedy on the evening news.